we are going to turn this into a beautiful wand. Sand that down, it'll be a nice point. Okay, now that we have this all sanded down to a nice smooth finish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a leather strap or cording around the base to make a nice grip. So I chose this color because I figured it would look nice. You could choose any color that you'd want. And go back with the double there. And if I did this right, back to where it was. Alright. Now to finish this off, I'm just going to use a staple gun, which what I have right here is a pneumatic one. You could use whatever staple gun you have. And that, alright. Right there. Just one. Alright. Yeah, and that has a nice tight grip. It's not going to unravel on me. And what I'll do is I'll take a hammer and I'll just pound this down just a little bit more. Just alright. Got that right there. There we are. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I have a burner and I am going to burn some symbols on this. It's going to be a little bit different than my other one, considering that this has a designated handle where my other one does not, but I think it's coming along really nice so far. So let's see about putting some symbols on it. Now that we have our handle, our grip done, what I am going to do is I'm going to use a wood burner and I'm going to put a couple symbols on here. Now you could do the entire wand with whatever symbols you would like to do. This wand is going to be associated with air. So I'm going to do the air symbol. And let's see where I want to put it here. I'm going to put it right here on the back. What you want to do is you just want to take your time. Since this is rounded, it's going to want to move on you. What usually helps with me is I just lean it into the direction I want to go with it. All right. And there we have our air symbol. And then I'm going to do the spiral triangle. So this is going to take a little bit more time. The more detailed you want to take more time. So right. For this as well, I want to put the pentagram on the very tip of this, since I'm going to be using this. I feel that this needs it. I'm not going to do as many symbols on this wand as I did my first one, but it's important to put what you feel is needed. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to come from you. What I'm going to do is circle around it. Go ever so lightly, just to kind of mark the areas that you need to. Yeah. And you can do whatever patterns you feel are necessary. I felt like since I'm going to actually bless this with the element of air, I felt it was necessary to have the air symbol on it, and including the spiral triangle and the pentagram at least. And let me show you my first wand. This is my first one that I did, and it has over, I think, about 13, 14 different meanings on it, and I burned it from the very tip to tip. Now, I've used it many times, and it is very, very good to use. That energy really well into it. So I wanted to show you. Oh, it's actually about the same length. I did put a crystal on the end of this one, but I'm not going to put a crystal on the end of this. I'm actually going to leave it blank. Now you can put crystals on the end, on the tip of it, or on the bottom of it, and it doesn't exactly have to be the most straight stick or twig that you do. You can use any type of wood, or you can actually use copper piping if you wanted to use as a wand. I've seen some wands that were made out of copper piping. It's important to think about how the energy from the wand is going to be transferred. As long as it transfers energy very well, it should be a very good wand to use. So keep that in mind. So I actually am happy with just these 3 markings. As I said, it doesn't have as many markings as my other one, but I am very happy with this. The reason why I keep rubbing the wand is because I am actually feeling it. I'm actually making sure there's any imperfections on the surface of it, and I'm just kind of bonding with the wand because I want to make sure that I get all the symbols that I want burned on it. Now you can go back later on and burn more symbols into it. You can either leave this plain or you can actually stain it. Now with my first one, I've actually used 2 coats of stain, in which I kind of combined it a couple different colors to actually make that color, because I did not like on how red it was going to be turned. It was actually going to be a lot darker, but I didn't want exactly a very light stain. For this one, I'm not sure if I am going to stain it or not. I actually might just do an oil on it, just to help kind of brighten up the colors a little bit. But I think that's going to be it for that. Now this does have imperfection in it. And some people might say that that's not good. Some people might say that's good. I think this wand is going to be perfect for me. And the reason why I say that is because I was actually drawn to that stick that I used to actually bring this down. So there we go. Kind of just burned all the little imperfections that were in that crevice down and closed them up. All right, I think that is good.